I don't know. I think maybe the fun part of it is the challenge. Maybe that's why what I find fun on it. Maybe I haven't been challenged in that way. I like the fact that people don't think I could do it. Like nobody would think I can do that. So I like to prove people wrong. Like, because I'm like I could do it. I know I could do it with work and practicing.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what you come up with.
Because to me, like, it's like rapping fast. I can never do that, but over practicing over the years, I can do it now.
Nobody seems like nobody knows that you actually make music. Like at least nobody that I know. Well, I mean, I work currently.
Sometimes I feel like I need to be
pushing it.
Yeah, like I need to flex more, but I don't really like doing that.
I was thinking about telling people like, "Hey, listen to this song," and then after they listen to it, be like,
"What do you think about it?"
Yeah, like what do you think about it? But then be like, "Oh, that's my brother makes that," because I know they'd be like, "You're lying, it's not it."
But that's crazy to me. If somebody says you're lying, that means I've reached the level of quality.
It's because that's crazy. They think audio is gonna be trash. They think it's not gonna sound good.
Because if you play the early Sixteenz, they'll be like, "Yeah, that's your brother."
Yeah.
They would hear that. They would hear the quality. They would hear everything. They'd be like, "Yeah, this not." I could tell he's probably making that in his home. But when you play something, and to the naked ear, to someone who doesn't know, sounds studio quality. It's like that's crazy to me to think about that. But to somebody be like, "Oh, that's what they said with Ana." She said she showed some people my music, and she's like, "That's my uncle," and they're like, "That's not your uncle,"
because it just sounds like.
That means it sounds too good that there's no way you're related to that guy.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me because that means I've reached a level of quality to where I feel like, because I feel like my music is good enough to where I'm pro. I feel like that. I'm pro without the accolades.
So you're underground?
Not necessarily, because underground doesn't necessarily mean pro.
So you're what?
Because sometimes
you're 9-0.
No, because sometimes when I like, because I think maybe it's just a natural human thing to doubt. Sometimes I'd be like, I'm not that good as I think I am. But then when I go back and I listen to my stuff, I'm like, yeah, you're tripping. I listen to myself with the idea of like, I do my best to be like, this isn't me.
So you're critiquing it?
Yeah, this isn't me. And then I'm like, it's pretty good. And sometimes it surprises me that it doesn't get enough replay. So then I'm like, what can I do? I'm doing something. I need to do something to increase that. It probably is melody, or it probably is consistency, because nobody wants to hear the same song over and over and over again. So if I kept putting out, people, you're giving them something to listen to. But when I think about it, I'm like, there's something in my body that says you're not done. Like it's not. I feel like there's so much more.
With the murder, with
I don't know, just music in general.
Oh.
And I don't know if that's just the world pulling on me. It's weird because the world sometimes, it even seems wrong to say, because it is wrong. But the thing that I was gonna say is sometimes the world's so good. Like the feeling you get from the world sometimes is like, yeah. Like when I make music, when I play on that type back, you feel that like there's an overwhelming pride, and like the feeling of like nobody can fuck with me. Like I know that, like that it's just pride, and that's sinful. But there's something in that just the body just it electrifies me or something. It does something to me, and I don't know. I was talking to Joe and I told her, "Hey, have you picked up your Bible?" And she's like, "No, I put it down because." Like I was basically, I think she was saying along the lines like she was kind of losing interest, and she doesn't want to force it. And I'm like, so she's waiting for like a feeling to get back to it. And I'm like, you shouldn't judge our feeling, because then you might never get around to it. The idea of like, oh, maybe one day God will push me, like, and don't expect your experience to be similar to someone else's, because everybody else is
So it's possible
different.
though
What's possible.
that you get a push from God.
Yeah.
So we can't rule it out. But we can't just you can't just wait on it.
But don't be like, oh, but he did this to
I'll
them.
wait. I'll wait till
That's
then.
why I wonder, like, oh, what if God came to me because I'm like, why me? Right? I'm like, what if God came to me because he knew I would be able to reach people? Because one thing is once that I really noticed is that I have a little influence. Because they've shown ever since I've done that, there's people who's been interested, like, hey, and I've talked to multiple people, our cousins and family members, and it seems like they listen, right? Like I just asked our nephews, and I asked, they forget everything, and I ask them, hey, who's God? And they say Jesus. So it's like maybe that's why God came to me, because he knew that through me, more people would come to him. Not because of me, just because
a spark.
Yeah, maybe he knew I would be that ignition. Because I don't save nobody, Jesus saves. But like I told you, I just plant the seed. Boom, boom.
Mine takes forever to grow though.
But like I was thinking like, what's the best evidence? Somebody asked me, right? It's crazy because the answer, like for somebody who wants evidence, people don't want to do. Because, and what I mean by that is saying, if somebody told me, hey, prove to me that Jesus is real, I couldn't prove it to you 1,000%, like in every way, right? Because part of it is personal experience and belief. But we can look at history, and if you look at the historians and all that, right? Whatever. But the one thing I would say is Jesus said, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open. And Jesus is not a liar. So what I would say is seek, knock, because Jesus is not a liar. So what that means is truly seek him. You can be like, hey, if you're real, like show me how to live, everything, guide me, whatever, show me anything. And that doesn't mean just one night and ask him. No, like keep asking him. I remember like that mentality of me just boom, I wasn't getting signs or anything. I was just going for it because I was like, I just felt it was the right thing to do, the moral thing to do. And then with that came the dream, and then with that came more belief, and then I started seeing things, patterns that I seen in other people. Like people would describe the faith as like when they call it like a baby Christian, like very early on, you don't understand. Then you go to the Bible, then you're reading it, and then you get to understanding it, and then it's the grace you're happy, whatever. You accept Jesus into your life, and then you're glorifying God. Because like the when that hits you, I think it's a different thing. Like when that hits you, like Jesus really died for me. That when I felt that, I'm like how lucky am I? And not just me, everybody. Like we have such a loving God that he came down to save us. That's what I think.
So how old are you then? If you start off as a baby Christian,
I don't know, because that might be a cocky thing to say. I don't know. I don't. I'm not. I don't.
Can you walk though?
Yeah, I took my first steps.
Hmm.
I would say so.
So you're off baby milk then. So you finally had your first piece of chicken.
Yeah, I'm eating already.
Damn, you had a first piece of chicken?
Yeah, I'm eating.
I think it's very important for a baby who, once a baby can finally eat food, regular food, and then not fuck up with their stomach, you gotta feed them a chicken, like a chicken wing. You made me a believer of that.
Why?
Because it's like the first taste of meat
Should be chicken?
should be a chicken wing. Like it should be. It gives
Because chicken is easier to chew on than steak.
yeah, probably, but I didn't even think about that. But I like it's like chicken wings.
Because remember I asked you, hey. No, you asked me, hey, chicken or beef for the rest of your life? And I was like, oh, chicken. And you're like, you're crazy. Like, what about tacos? And I'm like, oh, you're right. Tacos. Tacos are the best thing I've ever tasted in my life.
But chicken wing, just I would rather have a picture of my kid with a chicken wing as his first
Picture
yeah,
or
like the first time eating food, he's eating chicken wing, than like a steak. It just doesn't. It don't hit it same. I'd rather have a chicken wing because it's just
it's
funny.
just funny, especially like the size of the wing to
Yeah.
them.
And then go crazy at it because it seems like baby get their first taste of anything and they go crazy at it.
Yeah.
So that's that. But yeah, chicken is good. I feel like overall, if you're trying to be like a healthy ass person, chicken is probably the best way to do it. I mean, but I just can't give up steak. Steak is too good. It has too many combinations.
People said, who said that? They said that steak is actually not bad for you. That it's actually good. You know how they say stay away from red meat? Stuff like that.
Because it's fatty.
But supposedly that is good for you. I don't know. I think I don't understand anything. It seems like everything's bad for you. But steak, a well-made steak is pretty good.
Yeah. Well, now they have what's it called? RFK, whatever. One of the Kennedy dudes, running the health administration for the U.S.
Already?
Yeah. Well, I think they appointed him. I'm not sure how soon he takes power or what, but it's tight because he seems smart and he seems like he's not like the average person who would be like, because he's saying like all these shit that normally they would say, like a lot of the shit that's banned in other countries is legal here. I'm sure he's gonna ban that shit, but he's saying like he's against vaccines. But people say, oh, this dude's crazy because he's against vaccines, and like if you don't give your vaccines to your children, like we've been giving vaccines to our children forever. But he's saying, oh, your kid can go to the hospital and be seriously sick if you don't give him a vaccine. But he's saying like he says that all these vaccines that we've been giving our kids for forever have never gone through like safety, like not surveys, but like testing. You know, they make sure 100% that this shit that they're giving your kids and injecting in their shit is 100% safe and has no long-term side effects, none of that shit. It's never been done. No studies like that have been done. And yet they're putting them in babies and shit and kids. And he's like, no, we need to make sure that whatever we're giving our kids.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, see, it makes sense. But then people say, oh, this dude's crazy. He's saying.
I mean, I think because maybe just him saying that he don't believe in vaccines is the title, is the headliner. But if he wants to do a testing, why
makes
not?
sense, huh?
Yeah,
everything's whenever a lot of times when common sense for whatever reason is labeled as crazy when it's common sense. But nowadays, like everything's backwards. People who normally would be like, it seems like, I don't know what happened. Maybe it was the internet, but like
I think it was the internet.
Like in the 90s, everything was good.
Everything changed so dramatically within 20 years. Yeah, it seems like we live in a false reality now.
Now everything's backwards. Now you can't look at somebody and say 100% that's a woman.
You can't say yes ma'am to somebody no more. Because you might run into, are you assuming my gender?
Yeah. But just the fact that you can't look at a girl and be 100% confident that's a girl, it's just scary. And then people say Thailand girls or boys or whatever you call them, they be looking like girls. Like you wouldn't be able to tell.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Just their facial the dude's facial features or what?
Something about Thailand people can be like their body structures can be either or, and you don't even know. You won't
I
find
think like
out
that should
until
be.
it's too late.
I think that should be a serious offense.
Killable?
No. Like say you
Like murder charge?
No, but serious jail time. I mean, like say you're pretending to be a woman, and just because you have or you built through whatever the attributes to make you look like a woman, and you convince someone that he's dating a woman and he sleeps with you and everything, and you don't tell him, I think that should be a punishable offense. Like you should go to jail for that. Right? I think so, because not only is it wrong, you could probably spread diseases that way. And that probably pisses people off, huh?
Yeah, I Show
But it's
Speed.
true.
You know who I Show Speed is, huh?
Hmm.
He was in. I don't know if he was in Thailand. He was somewhere, and he met this girl in the park, and he's like, "You're really pretty," and she's like, "You're really handsome," whatever. And he hung out with her for like a few hours on stream or whatever, and then people in chat were like, "Yo, like check the Adam's apple, some shit." And then he told her he asked her like if she was a woman, he said no, I'm a man, or like a transgender. That's what he said. I'm a transgender, and he was like, I just hung out with this girl all day, and
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird line because I want to respect people, but I also it's weird. It's weird to. I can't live in that false reality. I respect you as a person, and you want to be viewed a certain way, but one person is what he is. You know, I am who I am. I can't say I'm a Caucasian male, regardless of how much I love Caucasians or anything like that, or how much I feel like race isn't really a thing, which it's really not. We're humans, but I'm always gonna be looked at as a Mexican, as a person of color. Always. There's no matter what. Even if I get the whole world to agree that I'm a white man, so they're like, yeah, he's a white man. Like, so they call me a white man and everything. In reality, I'm never gonna be a white man. Am I? I don't think so, because I'm Mexican.
Your birth certificate says Caucasian or no?
No, they put me down as Hispanic.
On your birth certificate?
Yeah, I think so. It's weird.
They put Beaner on mine.
Why can't they just put American? And then you look at the Hispanic, and it comes from Spain and all that, what they call us. So we're not really Hispanics, we're Mexicans. That's a weird thing too. Why don't they just call me an American? I'm an American.
Because you're brown.
They say, no, you're Hispanic.
Is there an American
I never
tag
liked
on there?
that. I never liked that. Hispanic.
There's an American tag or square to check? It's just Caucasian, I thought.
No. Yeah.
It's Caucasian.
Caucasian, Black, or African American, right? Caucasian, African American, Hispanic, / Latino.
Native American.
Yeah, and that's it.
Asian.
Really. Or other.
Asian.
No, the Asian fits in the other. That's disrespectful, huh? Why does that even matter? Why do we even, I mean, that comes into play, I understand, in your license, because when the police are looking for somebody, that's the thing. When the police, if I say I'm a white man, the police are going to say, he got brown skin. He's not a white man. They're going to look for a Mexican.
Yeah.
And it just is what it is. Like, it's just the world we live in. So it just seems weird to me. But like, you see a lot of that stuff online, but I don't really see it in real life. I've never ran into somebody and said, yes, ma'am, or something like that, and they got mad at me. It seems like that has not really taken over. At least where we're at.
Well, in Texas, everybody was like, yeah, how you doing, sir? How you doing, sir? Yes, sir.
Yes, boss.
Yes, boss. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here you go, sir. Thank you, sir. Have a good day, sir. And it's like, you think that's just them, like, is that natural for them, or is that a requirement from the
No, I think that's just how they talk. Like, it's a respectful way, a polite way to speak to somebody. And because they're at work, that's probably how they talk to everybody.
That's weird
To be
because
called sir?
I don't hear that here ever, huh?
To be called sir.
I don't hear anybody here saying, "Is that for you, boss? Yeah, boss. What you
Yeah.
want, boss? Right away, boss. Yes,
That's it,
sir.
boss.
Yeah." Like you never hear that here. And in Texas, that's big. Everybody talk to you like that. And then I remember how I asked the dude like, "Hey, tiene elote?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "That down there at the last taco truck." He's like, "Pero bien, te lo preparan, pero bien." He's like, "Bien, cabrón." What do you say?
I don't know.
Te lo preparan, pero con madre. So he said some shit like that. I was like, "Damn, this shit gotta be good then." And then he was hyping. He sold
hyped it
it.
up.
He sold it. He didn't even work over there, and he made the sale like 3 trucks down. He's like, "You gotta go over there. You want elote?" And I got there, and the lady was like, "Hola, soy, perdón, perdón, hijo, joven, perdón, nomás tengo elote." And I was like, "Pues elote es lo que quiero." And she's like, "Oh, está bueno."
I think now that I think about it, because we've been in Texas twice. Once probably like 2 years ago, and the second time being recently. Now that I was thinking about it, is Texas food better than California's? I'm starting to
I
think,
think it might be.
I'm starting to
I
think,
think because of the barbecue. I think because you add barbecue.
because they got Mexican food and they got barbecue, and it's like, and they got more than barbecue. It probably got like some good ass burgers and stuff there too. And I think like, yeah, I think it might be. It might be like Texas might contain the best food I've ever tasted. And it's crazy because the first time I went, I didn't feel like that. Now the second time now, I'm starting to feel that way because when I think about California, the only thing that was good in California was like, well, I mean, didn't really explore though, but I just ate tacos there, and they were amazing. But they're pretty good in Texas too.
But like Texas has drive-throughs, which is like I've never seen that shit.
Everywhere, Little Caesars has drive-throughs.
Like, I mean, there's drive-throughs everywhere, but I'm saying like a barbecue spot. It's like a barbecue spot that's known in your local area doesn't have a drive-through. Like who you can and it's like good quality fucking like meat. You go there, brisket and ribs and shit. Everything is
Yeah.
good quality. They give you shit ton of pan. Like that's how you know it's just gonna be good when they
Yeah,
giving you
that was
pan.
hella weird because when I seen the drive-through, I'm like, already this is going to be low quality because they have to produce it fast, right? How can you have that much carne, like cooking
On
it
standby.
the real way, 12 hours, whatever they cook it on standby? But it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't the best, but it was pretty good. Like it passed pretty much.
Yeah, I liked it. I fuck with it. I would we need to go to a different barbecue spot. Like we didn't do anything, no type of fucking Googling to see like where the best barbecue spot around us was, but this place was just near where we were staying at. And it had people were talking that it was good, so we went
Yeah,
there.
Texas can be dangerous when I think about it because the food's so good. If you have no self-control, it can be dangerous because there's a lot of good food there. And like you could make it a thing of just eating out every day. And like when you live like where we live, you don't want to eat out every day because all you have is the normal franchises, the McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, that type of stuff. You don't have unique restaurants like you do, but not like a lot. So you wouldn't want to eat every day outside here. Outside over there, you can eat at a different taco spot probably like every day of the week.
I know within a few or like a 10-15 minute drive.
That's what's crazy about it.
And I was the only thing with the tacos were real tiny. They had little baby tacos. Like everything is pricey. It's pricey.
For some weird reason, I like that. Like it doesn't mean that I prefer 'em more than the standard ones, but there's just some reason I liked it. The sauce was good. It's I don't know. It just tastes
you
good.
eat a lot more of them.
I guess maybe because it makes you feel like you can eat more.
Yeah, you eat a lot more of them, and they look appealing at that size. They're like sliders and shit.
It's like
They
a snack. Yeah.
They just look good because
It's
they're so
a-
tiny. The tiny version of the real thing seems like for whatever reason is more appealing. But
It seems like when it's tinier, you always assume more flavor. And I don't know if I get that from the hot Cheeto bags. Like remember when you get the small ones, they have more flavor
I
than the
think
big bags.
I think it tastes the same.
I don't know. It seems like the small ones have more of that powder on there. I don't know. It just seems like that. So when I think of like small, it seems like it's gonna be better. But I wouldn't want to live in Texas.
There's too much traffic.
I like it. I like it, but it's weird because when I got back to Michigan, I'm like kind of like Michigan. Like we're driving in the nighttime. The other night I was driving and there's nobody. There's nobody.
Yeah.
Couple, you see a car here and there. There's no traffic, nothing. I get to where I want to go, no problem. And I'm like, there's something special about that. Like I like. It seems like I love being around the culture and our Mexicans, like other Mexicans. It's a certain that's special, but a lot of times when we go to locations where it's Mexicans, it's overcrowded. It's overcrowded, and I hate that. That's the only thing I don't like. It's just I don't like living so close to somebody else. So I like space. I like land. I like calm, quiet. Like I like chilling. Like if Michigan had what Texas had its food options and it had more Mexicans, because it needs more Mexicans. Not everybody would agree with that, but it needs more Mexicans for sure. It would be pretty good. Like Michigan covered by Mexicans.
Yeah, like imagine, like I don't know of a city that has a lot of Mexicans that's not popping as far as traffic and like traffic.
Why is that? Do you think it's because a lot of like
Mexicans should be reproducing too damn much?
not just that? I think they also be putting people on to the city. You know, when you think about like my dad got put on to Stockton. That's why we came to Stockton because my dad's I think his uncle was working in Stockton. So that's why when he came, he went straight to California and Stockton. That's why I was born in Stockton. Because of that. So when you think about it, like maybe they're just putting people on. But when you think about McAllen, it's so close to the border. That's the thing that I was saying. Like maybe like McAllen is so close to the border, you would think it's like it probably is the closest you're gonna get to Mexico. But Mexico is different. Like it's a different type of vibe. Like when you're in Mexico, yeah.
But you're talking about deep in Mexico.
Yeah, somebody put it to like the roots. It's something. It's a special feeling knowing that, like, your ancestors come from here, like that. Not only that, when not even that far back, my mom grew up here. You know, like my grandma, my uncles, everybody has a story of when they used to live in Mexico. And now you're here and you're witnessing it. And you see how nice everyone is. You don't feel threatened by the average person. The majority of people are good and they look out for you. And it's just and when you're around that, it just feels like home. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. And well, I consider it like still like it's a weird thing because I'm an American, but Mexico is still like I'm still tied to Mexico because of my parents and where we come from. Because some people would say like I'm not Mexican.
But you feel better when you're out in the US?
I think it would be like a mixed bag because sometimes I feel pretty good in Mexico. Feels good. Even speaking Spanish and talking to everybody and just talking to new people in Spanish, it's like a whole different feeling. And like I said, it doesn't feel different. Like it doesn't feel like I'm being judged or anything like that in Mexico, like I feel here. So it's a weird thing. But when I was in Texas too, because being in Texas, there's so much Mexicans that I didn't feel profiled like I do sometimes in Michigan. And we were at the store, I think it was a Walgreens, and I was in line behind a lady, and I don't remember what she was buying, but she was checking out, and she was about to put her pin in the whatever that machine is right after you swipe your card, and all of a sudden she like slowly turns her head like that all the way though.
She did 360?
No, she like turned. She actually turned, and it's super slow. Like if I had her like this, and then she looked right at me. And I have a thing like I don't look away. I don't do that no more. Like I don't look away. Like I don't know why. I think it's like I ain't no bitch to anything. Like so, if you look at, I'm not gonna mean mug somebody, but I'm saying like I don't break eye contact first, especially when you do something like you're looking at me directly. I don't break eye contact. So I look right back at her, and she looked at me, and then she looked at me for like a second, and then she turned away. But the way she did that was so weird. It made me feel like she thought I was gonna do something to her,
Like steal her pen?
like steal something from her or do something to her. And it was so weird because I've never experienced that. The girl speaks Spanish. She's probably Mexican. I've never experienced that from somebody who looked like us. You know, like I never seen that, and that was so weird. First time in my life to see that, like almost like you're a person who lives over here who doesn't see Mexicans a lot. That's what it felt like.
Where was that? In Texas?
That was in Texas, yeah. In the Walgreens, remember we were getting
Ranch.
we were getting ranch because we were getting chicken, Korean fried chicken from across the street.
Oh, that's right. Maybe she was trans.
Nah, I don't think so. It's a weird thing. And over there, like you think about like you don't see Mexicans over there. You see a bunch of Mexican girls, hella. Like over there, I think like you see it, and a lot of them are pretty too. So I think like in comparison to over here, I think that the push would be different over there. Because like if I lived over there, things would change. Like I'll start going up to people. But here, it's like I never. It's not that people ain't attractive over here. It's just that I don't know. Maybe it's something with like the Mexican thing in me. When you see a Mexican, it's just something like I don't know.
It's like easier.
It's like almost like a
connect.
piece. Yeah, maybe.
Easier to connect the Mexicans. I think something about Spanish. I think Spanish is a more. I think Spanish is more of a fun and
in a more chill way of conversation to speak to someone.
Yeah, it's more fun, it's more enjoyable, and it's more comedic. Like it's easier to, it's like friendly. Seems like Spanish for me, it's always been a friendly language. Anytime I speak to anybody in Spanish when I translate at work, it's always with a smile. Like Spanish is always like they're smiling, I'm smiling when we're talking.
And English is kind of like dull, huh?
And in English, yeah, it's just like it's like robot shit. It's like you just say this and you say that. You tell them this, you tell them that. That's it. Like if I go talk to a customer, it's all like regular, professional, like nothing in English. It just like whatever. And if I talk to somebody in Spanish, I'm like, oh, es que se te pregó ese. Tienes mala suerte, cabrón.
Oh shit.
Like shit. Like telling them like it's all like it's friendly, but it's still like it's like joke for whatever reason, and it's natural. It's not natural enough. It's not forced. Like if I try to be funny in English, shit's hard. Shit's not good. But in Spanish, it's easy.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know. Do you think maybe that's just because you don't use Spanish as much?
I don't know.
So maybe when you use it, it's more exciting for you?
I don't know. It just seemed like whenever they talk to you in Spanish, whenever somebody talks to you in Spanish, or at least to me, a lot of times it's already with a smile. Like a lot of times that I think of somebody talking to me in Spanish, it's always with a smile. Well, in English, it's never with a smile. It's usually just with a straight face.
Yeah, I wonder what. I mean, sometimes you run into somebody who's like, who's different and knows how to communicate well, and will start a good ass conversation with you or something. But
yeah, but those are the people. Yeah, those are the people persons.
Yeah, like, but in Mexico, it just seems like everybody is so friendly and so nice. And will just talk to you about anything. So I don't know. I mean, I could live in Mexico.
Happy?
Yeah.
And die?
Yeah. Mexico is an amazing country, and it's hella pretty too.
They just need to fix their cartel shit.
Yeah, if they had that fixed, it would be like you don't really run into that much issues though. Like when you think about it, I'm going into where we go into is pretty dangerous area. and I've never ran into a problem. You've seen it, but you never ran into a problem. And maybe I just got lucky, or maybe it's just like, I don't know. I don't think they're really out here terrorizing or trying to terrorize U.S. citizens or foreigners.
Yeah, but it's still not good to be around. Even if they're not terrorizing you.
It's weird because when I think of the U.S. is a dangerous ass country. When you think of places like Stockton and Chicago and Detroit and Flint, like there's dangerous cities here. But I walk through Flint comfortable. Like, not saying I'm a tough guy, nothing like that. I'm just saying this doesn't come like, I know there's gang shit, but I'm not out here doing nothing stupid. I'm not doing what I'm not supposed to. I'm just living my life, going day to day.
It's like you don't dread going through Flint. Like, if you had to go Flint for whatever reason.
Yeah, because I know people. Yeah. It's not like
you're like, fuck, man.
How am I gonna make it home? Like, I don't think nothing like that. Even though I know we're in a dangerous place.
Like, I better take my gun.
It's like Stockton. You know it's dangerous. You just gotta be on your You got to be on the lookout, and you just don't be doing stuff you're not supposed to be doing. In Mexico, is an entirely different feeling, because it's like you know the danger over here, and the danger is real. It's like, it's not just bullets. These fools will cut your hand off and go even worse than that. Like, you're playing with a different level of humans, like of evil, basically. Here, the worst thing that can happen to you. I mean, there is horrible crimes that happen here, but the most common one is getting shot. That's probably the biggest one you have to worry about. If you get into a problem with somebody, because the U.S. has so many guns, you can get shot. That's probably the worst thing. Over there, you get kidnapped, tortured, and
rape.
Crazy amount of things that happen to you. Who knows what?
They put Chile in
So there's a whole different ball game when you think of over there. That's why respect is crazy over there. Respect in the U.S., you see everybody disrespecting everybody. And in Mexico, the respect is next level. They call everybody like they're grateful and everything. So when they see a member or anything like that, everybody's respectful, because they know it's respect out of fear, but it's respect to another level, another degree. They said that when the cartel boss, when he would walk through the prison, you couldn't even look at him. Everybody put their head down as he walked. Don't put your head up. Don't even look at him. You would put your head down and look at the floor, or turn around and look at the wall.
Otherwise, they kill you, or they'll kill you.
I don't know what they would do to you, but it was obviously, I think, seen as a disrespectful thing.
When he walked through the prison, because he was in prison.
No. That fool was walking through there. I don't know why, but he pretty much runs that shit. It's crazy how much power these people have. Because there's an interview with a former cartel member. He would say that even when he went to prison, he would be able to torture people in prison on behalf of his cartel, because he got lucky, because the prison was ran by his cartel. So. And he's like, it's not that the cartel valued me. It's just that they wanted to use me. Oh, he's in. Oh, somebody is. You interrogate him, torture him, make sure he's not from a different cartel. And if he is, you handle him in a certain way. If somebody came in with a crazy background or something like that, they would always figure it out. Who is this person coming in here and stuff like that. So, and the guards would allow it and everything. That's crazy. But even when you think of here in America, the crazy stuff the guards allow too. So it's like
they allow men-on-men action all night, even if the guy screams for help. They allow that shit.
Damn. I don't know.
All night, all day.
All day?
Yeah. And the guards, the majority of guards I hear be saying like, "I'm next." Shit crazy in there. That's why I'm never going to prison. Ever. I'm staying free.
You didn't watch the Jake Paul fight because you fell asleep?
Everybody was saying that shit was hella gay. Not worth it. They were like, I always stayed up watching it. I wish I wouldn't stayed up.
Yeah. When I was watching it, I'm like, it was disappointing, because I'm like, it seemed to me like Mike Tyson didn't do all he could, but it's also possible that maybe he was just hesitant because maybe he was afraid of getting caught. But it just seems like, I mean, it didn't seem like a fight, like a real fight. It seemed like a playful fight, like if they were sparring or something. And it's fine because I don't want to see Mike Tyson get hurt, right? But it's just weird, right? Because it's such a big attraction, it's such a big main event. You would think these people are fighting to kill each other, right? Like especially with the lead up and everything. And then at the end, it's all respect, as it should be. But it's like you could tell, like it almost makes you believe, like, oh, this was all an act, just for the money.
Yeah, I at least wanted him to hit him with something good.
Yeah, but what's crazy is that the fight. You know what a girl said? She said the fight prior, which was the Taylor and the what was her name? The other girl.
Serrano.
Yes, that's what her name is, Serrano. That fight was way better. These fools were going at it like crazy. That was the main event, pretty much. And the girl was saying that the girl fight better than the dudes.
Yeah, I seen a meme that said the Tyler and Jake fight was, and then it had a picture of Mike Tyson, his ass, like him walking around.
Oh yeah, that was another weird thing. Like I don't know why that happened.
Yeah, that's weird.
That was weird. I don't know why you walking around with your ass out. It was pretty weird. And then especially the camera dude who zoomed in and everything.
Yeah,
he panned it down.
Yeah.
Like, bro, pan up. You know what you're seeing, huh?
Yeah.
You were in that room already prior, before setting it up.
They rehearsed this shit.
Yeah, so they were like, hey, so instead of panning away, he's like, nah, get that ass.
He zoomed in to the center. And I mean, yeah, I'm sure there are some people out there that were like, fuck yeah.
That were happy
Mike
about
Tyson's
that.
Ass.
They're like, it's worth it right here.
Yeah.
Netflix subscription.
Yeah, they sold a lot of subscriptions because of that fight.
Yeah, they had a lot of problems that even Netflix was shutting down. Like, they couldn't handle it. I think they said 60 million were trying to watch it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Those numbers. And I'm not sure what the stadium was where I forgot what they said.
AT&T?
In New York City?
I don't know where that is at.
Oh, it was in Texas.
It was in Dallas.
Yeah, it was in Texas. And yeah, but I'm sure they made a shit ton of money. I mean, I want everybody to get paid.
I want everybody to get paid too, but I mean, at least
like
fan,
give me 2 rounds. Like, come on, give me 2 rounds. Give 2 rounds of just hitting Jake Paul right in the balls. Boom, 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 boom.
But it's like it's not that. It's just, to me, like, it's weird that Mike Tyson is fighting at his age. But it's not like I don't hate Jake Paul. I think he's a good fighter too. Like, it's not like, I think a lot of people tune in because they want to see Jake get knocked out.
Yeah, I just wanted Mike. I mean, I wanted to see. I
just wanted to see a good fight. I wanted to see Mike use all the moves he was using while training.
Yeah.
When he moving his head and crazy. I wanted to see that.
It's just because we were, I didn't get to witness Mike Tyson back in his prime. I never got to witness that. You see clips here and there, videos here and there, but like from how Mike Tyson, the name, and Mike Tyson, when you see him shadow box and hit the bag, and you see, like, this dude still got it. He fucked somebody up still. 60-year-old Mike Tyson, he still fucked somebody up. And then I wanted him. I just wanted him to hit him with some clean shit.
I know, but I think people, when they see, they be like, Mike Tyson can't fight. But I think Mike Tyson will beat up pretty much anybody still. Like, you got to think about, he's fighting a young fighter that a lot of people can say that he's in his prime. And he went 8 rounds with him. Now, like, I think Jake probably went easy on him too, but still, like, as a 58-year-old man, I think he is. That's impressive. And it's still Mike Tyson. But do you think that hurts his legacy?
Nah, because, I mean.
But it's definitely not a good look.
I think, yeah, but people just, he has he's 50, 60 years old or whatever. He has that. And like for a 60-year-old man to be fighting a 27-year-old, and even if he loses, it doesn't matter, still fighting him at 60 years old. Like, I've seen some of the punches that Jake hit him with. And if you're hitting a 60-year-old man with punches like that and he's just eating them, Like, hey, like I
Yeah,
can't.
it's still Mike Tyson.
It's Mike
huh?
Tyson. Like if you were fighting Mike Tyson in his prime, he would have killed him.
Yeah, he would have murdered
He would have
him.
murdered him. And like Mike Tyson is not the same person he was back then. I think Mike Tyson was like
Well, he
filled
said
with
it himself.
filled with anger, filled with like evil. Like he just wanted to kill. He didn't give a fuck about like you as a person. He just wanted to kill you type shit. And now I think Mike Tyson is more loving, and he doesn't really want to hurt Jake. He likes Jake. He doesn't really want to hurt him. And back then, he wanted to kill him. And he's just more evil. And I don't think he's evil like he used to be. So I just
Well, he said it himself. He said he doesn't have it in him no more.
yeah. But you put Mike in a fight for his life where he's fighting somebody like for his life. Oh, then you see Mike for real. When Mike really want to kill you, if he really want to kill you, oh yeah.
I was kind of thinking that it may have was gonna go though. It kind of went the way I kind of thought it was gonna go. I knew this was a possibility because I watched the fight 4 years ago. I think it was with the other dude, with the old dude. It was the exhibition match. I watched that. So and I remember not being like, "Oh, Mike can still fight," but it wasn't the Mike that I thought was gonna step in. So because of that, I was like, "It's been 4 years." So add 4 years to that. Like you only degrade.
Who won the other one?
I think Mike Tyson lost it. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think Mike Tyson lost. Thank you for listening to the AB podcast. You can follow us in the links below. All our social medias are linked there. If you want to buy some merch, the merch that we're usually wearing in the podcast, you can buy it as well. The link will be below.